So if you have a look around, all the bracken's dying back now, and that'll rot throughout winter, and there'll be more bracken next year, and then the cycle just keeps repeating. But before the bracken comes, we'll have all the bilberries to come through as well. But just as you think that you've got a magnificent harvest of bilberries, but they're not quite ready yet, well, the bracken just takes them over. So right here we've got some sphagnum moss. Now you don't get as much of this in winter as you might like, but basically you can make a water filter out of this stuff because it's got antiseptic properties, and if you do get wounded you can also pack your wounds out with them, again with them antiseptic properties. Really useful stuff. And it can hold something like, don't quote me on this, 20 times its weight in water, and if you wring all that out, well, it's already purified for you. You might want to boil it just in case. So this here's Wainmans Pinnacle, and this was built as a memorial to the Napoleonic Wars, and it was built in 1898, and then 2 years later it got struck down by lightning. So all the people down in the village, they got up and they rebuilt it 2 years later in 1900. And yeah, you can see this from all around. But anyway, it just shows that no matter how high something is, you'll still find someone daft enough to build a big pointy thing on top of it. Well, as you can see, the crag's a hub of activity, and today I'm going to show you one of my favourite activities at the crag. So this is one of my favourite weasels, and basically weaselling is crawling or squeezing through a tight space for pleasure. So let's do some weaselling here for pleasure. Yeah, that one gets the blood pumping. I like that one. There it is, one more time. This is a big stone. I don't really know how it got here. But there you go. It's a perfect climbing stone. This bog here only sticks around 50% of the year, so about the end of spring through summer, and up until about a few weeks ago it's been empty, but it's just starting to fill back up with water, and it'll look completely different in a few months. So if you look down there, it's a pretty decent drop, yeah? Well, I wouldn't like to be faced with that. So that's Pendle Hill over there, off in the distance, just to the right of the Pinnacle. And there's quite a lot of history on that hill. So the Pendle witch trials, which you might have heard of, and also the guy who had the vision for Quakerism, that's where he had the vision for it, George Fox. So it's late autumn or early winter, depending which way you look at it. It's feeling like winter today though. We had a frost this morning, we had a frost yesterday morning, and it's just really nice out. It's crisp. And it's about 2 degrees right now. It was -2 yesterday. So yeah, I've got a little bit of a story to tell about that. Some shoddy repair work going on there. There was probably a gate there at one point. Didn't do a very good job at mending it. There's a farmer burning some shite over there, look. Gotta love a good fire. So we're walking on to another very special place around here. Lots of history around that as well. We'll get onto that when we arrive. But the video I was going to make today was not this video. I was going to make a video going back to my roots, cowboy camping. That's what me and my dad used to call it. So we used to bring loads of cheating stuff with engine oil, tins of beans straight on the fire, bish bash bosh, loads of ale, loads of stuff like that, you know. Get right back into cowboy camping. But I suppose a lot of the wild camping I do is a bit like cowboy camping still. It sort of runs through me, and a lot of campers have a lot of different styles on how they do it. A lot of people don't have a fire at all, and I reckon the fire is the staple of cowboy camping, and it's also the staple of bushcraft. So if I look around me here, I'm walking through a bit of a bog now. I've got my waterproof boots on, so that's okay. We're going to walk onwards. Beautiful dry stone wall here. That's the time just gone, 3 o'clock, sunset's in half an hour. Got my torches to get me back, but that's where we're going, up there. You have a look here. Don't know if you can hear that, but the ground's frozen a bit. Ice hard frost. It's the first signs of winter. Look at this, nice ice there. Yeah, proper frost. Beautiful. Like someone else has had the same idea as me. Look at that, that's proper ice that. Right, I've got to clear this. I'm pretty cold. Whoa. There you go, nice. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't wear your trainers to go walking. Ooh, nearly lost my boot there. Yep, this is quite boggy. Look how spongy that is. Look at that. Got some bounce on that. Whoa! Okay, that's not good. I just lost my leg. I'm gonna get that washed off now. Got the majority of it out, but there's still quite a lot of mud inside of my boots. I'll have to sort that out when I get home. That's not very nice. Feeling a bit soggy now. We push on anyway though. There it is, the hitching stone. So this is the hitching stone. There's a few nice little ways in. You can go in there, you can climb on top. And this came here in the Pleistocene from the crag over there and drifted over. And used to hold sort of markets and fairs here and stuff like that, but they don't hold them, they're here anymore. The last one was held in 1870. There's graffiti everywhere. That's not me, that's a different Danny. And then there's all sorts of graffiti all over. And there's some from 1897 there, if you can make that out. If you see that up there, that says 1897, 1892, something like that. Yeah, there's some quite old graffiti here. Let's go on top. Doing this one-handed. Maybe I could, yeah. And the final little bit up here. And what a view. Look around. There's the Pinnacle over there. There's the tower. And we're here on the hitching stone, and that looks like a bath. Wouldn't fancy bathing in there though now. Looks a bit green. We've got quite a cool little hiding place here. And I quite like the climb. It's really difficult to get in because there's nothing to grab onto. So you gotta wiggle yourself up. There's a big hole going all the way through. Heading back now, feeling a bit wet after that. So that's what happens, guys, if you're overconfident. If you're overconfident and you're outside and you slip up, well, that's just your body telling you to be more cautious, and that's why I fell into that bog. But luckily for me, I've got my waterproof boots on here. It didn't stop the mud from getting in there, did it? Need some gaiters or something next time. If only I had planned falling in. Right, let's get back anyway. Aha, never gets old. Well, there's two people having a fire now. You can smell that smoke settling in the valley. It smells beautiful out here. It's such a nice evening. Back on the road home now. The poppies in the wall are dying back now. See them? They'll come back next year. Oh, there's some still alive, look. Just down here. I'm guessing the ones on the ground have got a lot more nutrients. And the ones on the wall sort of ran out by now.